Can we do it?
Yes!
I now name this ship. The Yes Scotland Shopping Ride. Here we are, we're ready. It's now officially open!
The country I grew up in, the sense of nationalism that was around was a grievance nationalism and wanted to blame someone else. Not all of it, but certain aspects of it. I found lots of it in the Labour Party. It was always everybody else's fault. And it was English, it was that sort. That isn't the debate anymore. It's not about identity. We know we're Scots. We know where we live. We've moved on. I think the next part of it is it will be delivered with an independence and yes vote. Now, it's not the end. That's the start. That's the start of stepping up, growing up, not blaming other people and not cringing at what we actually do well. Devolution is, we're adolescents, we've got to uni, we're maybe even living in a flat and our parents have helped us out, but we still take our washing home. And for me, independence is about actually buying our own washing machine, and guess what? We'll maybe even take HP. And we'll still be able to save. That notion that if you have, that if you borrow as a country, you know, you keep getting that thrown at you, oh, you'll be hugely in debt. Well, wait a minute, what's a mortgage? You know, people have mortgages and they still manage to save, so we still could have an oil fund, you know, while having a mortgage. That's the way grown-up, normal countries work. I cannot ignore that right along the road from me, life expectancy for men in Shettleston is 58. A statistic in 2014 that really hit me because I've just become a grandmother. 1 male baby born in Glasgow in every 4 this year will not live to their 65. If this is better together, if this is the best of both worlds, forget it. Scotland will be a beacon of light for those people across the British Isles. I mean, I do look at it when you look at the northern countries, you know, they're all still Scandinavian, but they have autonomy and sovereignty, and that's what I'm after. It's not that I want to say I'm not on the British Isles anymore. The fact of geography, we will be here. But I do think that people in the south, many thousands, millions will look and go, how can they do that? And that's a liberating thing. Only twice since the war has the votes in Scotland made any difference. And I think when England wakes up to the fact that what's ahead is a UKIP-Tory coalition for them, then I think you will see a realigning of politics in England, and that will be no bad thing at all.
I think the message of hope over not just optimism, hope about the type of country that we actually can become is what is really important. And we have to get women involved in the debate. For me, that means doing it differently.
Women are, it's not more afraid, and I sort of stand back from saying women are all, you know, I don't say all men will vote the same way. Why would we think all women would vote the same way? But my big argument is, well, what you want is security. And I understand they are more risk averse because they're going to take the hit more than anybody. The biggest hit you're going to take is with those welfare cuts coming down the line. And they will affect childcare, they will affect your kids' schooling, they will affect your health, they will affect the way old people are looked after, they will affect whether your kids get to university or not. At the moment, Scotland and the Scottish Government are protecting many of those things. How long we could keep that up, and make no mistake, a no vote and a big no vote will allow a lot of punishment to come our way. The option for me of staying in this place is actually looking in on itself and imploding, if you like, massively in debt, with no real great creative ideas about how to change lives for the better, for those that need it the most as well. They've got lots of ideas for how to make the rich richer, but not for those middle-class people and for those at the bottom. And so the prospect of that is something I just don't want to contemplate. I want to be able to deal with our problems in our way and make sure that that power is closer to home, is closer to us, and that we hold the people in power to account at all times. I think we have woken up to look at other small countries throughout the world and say, no, we want to play our part now. We want to create other stories. We want to do a different thing and see where we can take and benefit our population here. And that's a great chance. Start. The great struggles throughout human history have been harnessed to hope. There's a wonderful Oscar Wilde quote, I'll misquote it now, about utopia, because we're constantly told, if you believe in an independent Scotland, oh, it's a dream, it's a pipe dream, you're utopian, blah, blah, blah. Oscar Wilde said, I do not wish to live in a world where utopia is not on the map. Whether we reach utopia or not is not the point. So let us lift anchor and set sail. And that for me is what this is about. Let's set sail.
Cheers!